Dingoos, good morning. I hope you're having a fantastic morning. I hope you had a fantastic Easter if you live in the United States. And let's just jump right into Bitcoin's chart. And today we're going to be talking all about Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, one weekly news episode. Keep that in mind. It's going to be a longer episode, but hey, one weekly news episode, compact, straight to the point. Let's get started. So let's just check out the Bitcoin price action. This is the 4-hour chart. It's looking good, consolidating for a long time now. Where's the 20-week moving average at? It's almost at 40K, guys. Ooh, baby. We're going. I would love to see us come down and use that as support. That would be very nice to see. Very nice to see, but I don't think that's going to happen. Why? Because we're hitting higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and keep testing that same resistance line, right? That same 60K resistance. I think we're going to break it. I think we're going to break 60K. The question is when. And I do think Coinbase's IPO will bring that sufficient media attention that will help Bitcoin break 60K, right? At least that's what I'm hoping for. It could just be a buy the rumor, sell the news type of an event, because I've seen that many times before. The back news, when back came out, everybody was expecting a pump or a reversal, and it did the exact opposite, right? So a lot of sell the news type of events in Bitcoin's past, and this is big news, but also could be kind of one of those sell the news type of events. A lot of other news. Mayor of Miami, Mr. Suarez, tweets this. Oh boy. Oh boy. Someone tell, oh my God. I mean, he is part of the Bitcoin cult. It is kind of cultish, although I'm a part of it. I'm a proud member of it. But it's just taking over. It's taking over slowly. Once again, game theory. I know you hear me say that a lot, but game theory plays a part in any adoption story, right? And Bitcoin adoption is no different. And once we see municipalities such as Miami adopt it, other municipalities will eventually adopt it as well. For treasury reserves, Miami's paying their city workers, or giving them the option to receive their checks in Bitcoin. That's mind-boggling. And the U.S. as reserve currency is going to only last for probably 10 more years. I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be interesting. I know they're not looking into making a CBDC yet, and that's a huge mistake. I don't think this administration will make a CBDC. They're going to be left in the dust. Like I said many times before, like, for example, the Ethereum network is a free market, right? And what free markets allows people to do is to be completely competitive and makes the best and most efficient product win. And government is the most inefficient aspect of society, right? So I don't think the government really has a place in blockchain, right? That's my opinion, especially a decentralized blockchain like Ethereum. I really don't think they can play a role in Ethereum, or like on the Ethereum network. What's going to happen? They're going to come out with, say, a stable coin. Well, we already have 15 options, right? And some of them are already integrated with a bunch of other assets, right? I don't know. We'll see. Or a bunch of other applications, right? We'll see what happens, though. It's going to be interesting. Willy Woo, looking at wallet flows, 54K is the strongest area of Bitcoin price discovery by long-term investors since 11K. So once again, long-term investors are taking a position at 54K. Typically, Bitcoin forms a strong base of price discovery 2 to 3 times above the prior cycle all-time highs before launching into the bull market highs. This phase is almost complete. So let's go back to the Bitcoin chart. I do think we are kind of at a phase where the parabolia starts, like right here, like just the absolute parabolia baloney honies. I think that's where we are at in the market cycle. I think we could go significantly higher. I've been saying $150,000 for the longest time. I don't think that's unreasonable. Probably what's the current market cap for we're at like $2 trillion market cap. Probably 7-8 trillion is responsible. and I do think that's possible. $7-8 trillion market cap for the entire crypto space. I think that's reasonable. I think that's very well obtainable, right? Anyways, let's move on to more Willy Woo, because I do like Willy Woo. He's a great data scientist and on-chain analyst. So the Bitcoin is digital gold explanation carries the most weight for traditional investors. It's easy to understand, but really, it's like saying a cloud-connected supercomputer in your pocket called a smartphone is a digital telephone. Wait until they see what Bitcoin really is, right? So, I mean, having these narratives that are nice and understandable for the common retail investor is great, but Bitcoin as digital gold is an understatement. And gold is basically an $8 trillion market cap, and I think Bitcoin has a lot more utility than gold by a long shot. I mean, it costs significantly less to transport, so much less, and all derivatives, I mean, there's storage cost in derivatives, right? And Bitcoin is going to be one of the heavily traded and most crowded trade for derivatives ever, and it's going to continue to be that way. Let's move forward to Mr. Michael Saylor. Triple maxi Bitcoin mining strategy equals keep all the Bitcoin you mine, so never sell your Bitcoin, issue equity/debt to purchase capital equipment and pay operating expenses, issue additional equity/debt to acquire more Bitcoin when accretive. Unfortunately, I don't know what accretive means. Somebody's got to tell me in the comments. Man, you guys help me a lot on some tough words out there. But hey, what he's saying is basically instead of selling your Bitcoin, just pay your bills, issue debt or sell equity, right? And pay your bills that way. Michael Saylor thinks that Bitcoin will never go down in price. I mean, I disagree. I think we will see another bear cycle. I don't think this cycle is any different from any other cycles, and I think that's one of the main issues that people enter the market and they lose all their money because they think it will always go up forever. But I do think we will go down. Well, I think Michael Saylor will be selling any? No. Because, I mean, he's bought at a relatively low price, right? And, for example, stay humble. Everyone looks like a genius in a bull market. I mean, Jesus Louises, you go on any social media platform, we got chillers, and we got idiots. And they're all the same. It's crazy, guys. I mean, just, hey, buy this token, buy this token. If anybody says blatantly buy this token, don't listen to them. No respectable person says, hey, go buy this token. Go buy this token. The most respectable thing to do is, hey, here's the facts, here's X, Y, and Z. Now, if you think these are valuable utilities, maybe think about allocating a portion of your portfolio to that, right? And not just, hey, go ape shit, buy all it. That's not how it works, guys. And I think Mr. Kruger puts it in the best light. Some new crypto millions going to lose it all when the bear market strikes again. Have to keep that ego in line. Ego is a huge issue in this market right now, and I mean, look at the risk to reward in the market right now. Like, it's so asymmetric. There's a lot more risk than reward right now. So say Ethereum goes to 5K, which is kind of my top scenario. Maybe a lot of people saying 10K. I don't believe 10K. I think that's overblown. But even at 5K, people will be like, oh, Ethereum to 20K. No. I mean, Michael Scott, I love his little meme where he says no. That's how I feel about some of these price predictions. I mean, we're getting near to the top of the market. We're definitely more than 50% of the way done with this bull market. Sorry, it's only a matter of time. Now let's get into the Ethereum news. Let's go. Take a look at their weekly chart, and where is their 20-week moving average? It's sitting around 1290, moving up very nicely. I mean, the last couple of days was very nice for Ethereum price action. Now let's take a look at the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, because that's what everybody's looking at. This nice little ascending, I don't know what people call it, the ascending wedge, I guess you can call it. But I want to show you guys something. Ready for this? These lines I drew on, right? And I can move that shit. So when I'm wrong, because that's what a lot of short-term technical analysis people do. You know what they do? Oh, they move the line. They move the line up a little bit or down a little bit. And now they're right. And now they're geniuses. Now they're geniuses. That kind of goes back to the, oh, in a bull market, everybody is a genius. Well, when you're in a bear market and your support lines don't hold and the price just plummets right through every single support line you drew on your fancy little short-term technical analysis graph, boo-hoo, right? I mean, sorry to be so blunt, but remember, I drew these lines. The only reason why I'm drawing these lines is because a lot of people have the same line drawn. So it's kind of the fact that, hey, a lot of people believe in this, therefore it probably will come true. And a lot of people are drawing this exact pattern, which means about 0.5. We probably could appreciate to 0.05 against Bitcoin, right? Which would be nice to see for sure. I mean, that would be very, very nice. Let's move on to this little chart right here on CoinGecko, because I do want to show something quickly, and that's that little, hey, we broke up to $2,200, and then we broke back down, found support at $2,000, and now we're moving back up nicely, right? We're at 264. I mean, not as violently and swiftly as we want, but maybe as long. I mean, hey, that's not looking the greatest. That's not looking the greatest. If we break under 2,000, that's not good. Like if we break below 2,000 and stay below 2,000, that's not the greatest sign right there. I mean, unless optimism comes out optimism, Coinbase IPO, EIP 1559, those are kind of the only price appreciation events for Ethereum, right? Other than just technical analysis. And gas fees suck ass right now. Gas fees suck ass on Ethereum, but I will show you something later that proves utility on Ethereum is exponentially greater than any other smart contract blockchain at this point in time. Let's move forward. Do people not understand that this ETH dip is the final retest of the last all-time high before going parabolic? Wake up, good night. I do want to believe him as long as we can stay above 2,000 consistently and sustain it. I mean, we just made a lower high. We just made a lower high unless we find a little support line and break back up. Who knows? Am I selling any? No, of course not. I don't have any plans on selling it. I'm cushy-ushy. I'm just hanging out. I don't stress about it. I know a lot of people have restless nights. Man, I just take melatonin and I'm out. But anyways, I will just move the line. I'll just move the line if I'm wrong. And it makes me less anxious, right? So Mark Cuban, his portfolio is 60% Bitcoin, 30% Ethereum, and 10% the rest, right? So he's obviously a long-term believer in Ethereum, not many other smart contract blockchains, right? Along with Bitcoin, and 10% the rest. I think that's a very responsible portfolio for long-term success. And in today's altcoin segment, I will talk more about altcoins, because altcoins kind of are disgusting right now. A lot of altcoins, and I say altcoins not so much that are having actual development on it. Like there's a lot right now. Like Polkadot is looking good. Their parachain auction's coming out. Cardano is looking okay, although I don't like Charles Hoskinson. As long as the smart contracts come out, they might just pull it off, right? As well as like XRP. I don't know what the hell they're doing. We'll talk about altcoins later. Right now, we're talking about Ethereum, which in my opinion is not altcoin. And I do think this is a good portfolio break up for long-term success in the crypto market. Ethereum now is more valuable than Oracle, Salesforce, Accenture, Wells Fargo, HDFC Bank, Citigroup, Qualcomm, Morgan Stanley, Royal Bank of Canada, and HSBC. Guys, I mean, Ethereum has a very big evaluation. What is it? $238 billion. It takes a lot of capital to move this thing. It needs to, to get to $5,000 or even $4,100, it needs to go to a price target of, half of $1 trillion, right? which is a lot of money. But EIP 1559, once it's implemented, will be a very nice deflationary factor. And I think that will help a lot, along with layer 2 solutions, which actually Polygon is a beast right now. Anyways, let's move forward to to this right here. Visa is buying ETH, and the market is only up $90. This is a crime. So obviously all you guys know about Visa using USDC or settling transactions with USDC on Ethereum, which is absolutely huge, using allowing their merchants to settle in USDC, right? That's huge. I think it's not priced in because it hasn't been fully implemented, and I think Visa is accumulating ETH at this price right now, and I think that's huge. Time to move forward to Mr. Moore Krongman. There are these two conflicting ideas in crypto space. People will say that for crypto to grow, it needs adoption, and then will turn right around and call it a top signal anytime there are signs of adoption, right? I'm kind of in this paradox right now because it is tough out there. I watch a lot of shitty videos every day of people shilling, and talking about things that are blatantly wrong. And it's frustrating, but at the same time, I was in that same position, so I empathize with them to an extent. I admire them trying to learn, but when they're just talking out of their ass, hey, it's kind of frustrating because they're misleading people. And I do my best here. I don't know everything, but I do my best, and I do get corrected, especially on pronunciation. I probably pronounced that shit wrong, but hey, I try my best. Crypto space last bull run, no passive income. Crypto space this bull run, thousands of passive income opportunities. Put your crypto to work. I'm going to make a video this week talking about passive income opportunities, specifically on Ethereum. I don't really enjoy talking about central exchange, blah, 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 earn interest on centralized exchanges, because that's not what crypto is about. We're going to focus specifically on decentralized passive income opportunities, because that's what I primarily use to earn and generate passive income. So that's the difference of this bull run other than last bull run. Last bull run, you couldn't do jack shit, right? You couldn't do jack shit with your crypto. All you did was sit on it. You sat on it and hope for the price to appreciate. Now there's a lot of utility, mostly on Ethereum. Yield farming is not a utility, and governance, in my opinion, is unless your protocol has a lot of cash flows associated, governance is kind of even an iffy thing for utility as well. I mean, is governance a utility if your protocol is poop? No, it's not utility. Anyways, let's move forward. If people stop gambling their money on Ghost Chain L1s, garbage NFTs, and pump and dump stablecoins, that was crazy. We won't get into it much today, but you definitely can go read on it somewhere else. ETH wouldn't be so hilariously underpriced. I mean, I don't agree that it's underpriced. I do think gas fees are holding it back. Until then, enjoy the bargain of the century buying opportunity. I mean, he's been in for a long time. He's been buying. I mean, I've been following him on Twitter for probably a year plus now, right? I mean, he's been buying a long time. I don't know if he's buying at these prices. I don't know. Everything is a distraction to take away your ETH. I guarantee you, and I will be doing this as well, I will be dumping my crypto on newbies. So don't be a newbie, and don't let me dump my crypto on you when I think it's overvalued, and I think it's getting pretty close. Fair value for Bitcoin is 90,000 in my opinion, based off the stock to flow model. And now let's look at the ETH2 deposit contract, and we're going to talk a little bit about this. This is the staking contract. You deposit ETH, earn staking rewards for the ETH2 beacon chain. It's currently sitting at a 3.6 million Ethereum, worth about $7 billion. That's insane. Very nice to see. And let's talk about what percent of the circulating supply that it is, and why it's an important indicator to show the utility of these blockchains, right? So Polkadot staking. Out of the circulating supply of Polkadot, 65% of that is staked in a validator, right? So you take your Polkadot, you nominate it with a validator. The validator stakes the token, and now the validator earns more rewards, blah, 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 blah. That's what proof of stake chain is a different consensus mechanism other than proof of work. I'm not going to get too in depth about that, but what does that mean? So Polkadot sitting at 65%, Cardano at 72%, Avalanche at 78%, Ethereum at 3.14%, Solana at 61%, Algorand 52%. So Terra Luna sitting at 31%, very interesting. Cosmos 64%, and Tezos sitting around 78%, right? And why do I bring this up? Why is there such a difference between Ethereum 2.0 and say Cardano and Polkadot, right? Because currently the rewards for staking Ethereum is 7.78%. And earning 7.78% on your Ethereum in DeFi is relatively easy to do. Is relatively easy to do. So people would rather put their Ethereum to work on the Ethereum network and use it because there's a lot of utility on Ethereum rather than these other blockchains. Like there's no utility. There's no applications on Cardano yet. There's 0 applications on Cardano. Polkadot at least has a very wide ranging of parachains working on developing and getting ready for that parachain auction. Cardano has nothing. They have shoes. What the frick are you doing with shoes? Like what? Like, are you gonna put? I don't know what they're doing. Like NFT shoes. I don't know what they're doing with shoes over there. I think it's New Balance, to be honest. But anyways, it's kind of like these things are blatantly obvious, and if you kind of can't make this connection, I will say the one other factor is you can't take your money out of the ETH2 validator or the ETH2 staking contract until a year. But there is other options. I mean, there's Lido. There's other options where you can take your there's other applications built on Ethereum that allow you to take your money out prior to that year. So that's very interesting as well. I mean, that kind of is a piece of evidence that Ethereum has like multiple of utility versus these other blockchains. I hope you followed that. I hope that made sense. It makes sense in my head. Aave using Polygon. Aave is using Polygon is incredible news. Matic is still undervalued at these prices. These Ethereum layer 2 is doing more than most of these layer 1s with higher market caps like NEM, NEO, and Tezos. I totally agree. And I totally agree with XDAI too. XDAI has more applications building on them than, I mean, Cardano. I probably want to say Polkadot because they do have like many projects trying to become a parachain. I mean, they already have Chainlink as a parachain, etc., etc. So Polkadot is very different than, say, Cardano and NEM and NEO and Tezos and EOS and these other very non-existent communities and just ghost chains, right? So these will go to zero if you invest in them. I don't know what you're doing. And now let's move on to, did Hayden Adams, founder of Uniswap, just pick a fight with the Link army randomly for lols? I think he did. So Chainlink God said this: Hayden blocking people on the basis of being BNT bots, so just being there's a lot of bots apparently with Chainlink God just sending bots after people, is not only disingenuous, he was blocking people for liking my response about Chainlink, but shows he has no idea what a passionate, organic community looks like, nor can he recognize the damage he's doing to his reputation. I completely agree, and I say the same baloney about CZ. I say the same, I mean, CZ, Tron, everybody that does not allow comments on their Twitter, on their tweets. I totally agree. It's kind of sad to see Hayden Adams do that to the Chainlink community. And Chainlink obviously is a big supporter of the Ethereum Foundation, etc., etc., etc. So, hey, that's the Ethereum news. Now let's move on to altcoin news. Let's go. Pardon the interruption, but subscribe and like right now. Why? Because this week I am giving out a Nano Ledger S. Nano Ledger S to a person that have subscribed this past week. Huge. Just do it. Just do it. Up. You can get a Ledger Nano S. Follow the Twitter, Dingo Crypto. All the links are in the description. Join the Discord. Join the Discord. Why? And join the Dingo VIP chat. Why, you might ask? Because guess what? Rally. I have a creator token on Rally. All the links are in the description. are distributing rally community rewards proportional to your holdings. So basically this week, our community is going to get probably $20,000 to $25,000 in community rewards. And if you hold 1% of the total supply of Dingooo token, guess what? You get $250 in rally tokens. Boom shakalaka. That's what you do. Join the Dingooo VIP chat now, because we are also going to be hosting crypto trivia nights, man. Our community's balling. And let me tell you why our token's at 650 and we're now ranked 23rd out of 90, because guess what? We understand crypto. We are small and powerful. We understand crypto. The rest are Twitch streamers more or less, and their community does not understand crypto. So that makes us small and mighty, and knowledge is the power that we have as a community. So let's all become more knowledgeable. Join Dingooo VIP together, only 5 Dingooo tokens. All the instructions are in the Discord. Alrighty, let's get right into altcoin news from this past week. Polkadot hit all-time highs around $45. Absolutely beautiful. I love Polkadot. Polkadot is creating a huge ecosystem. Kusama parachain auction soon, and then the Polkadot parachain auction following the Kusama parachain auction. As long as everything goes well, it shouldn't be very long after, right? So Kusama is it's called the Canary Network. There's an unlimited amount of parachains on Kusama, versus Polkadot only has 100 parachain slots. I have a whole video explaining what Polkadot is. I love it. It's not the same as Cardano and Ethereum, and if you think that, you are unfortunately misinformed. It's totally different. Cardano and Ethereum don't have parachains. And go watch my videos talking about Polkadot, because I tried my best explaining it, and hopefully that will help you out. But sitting nicely at $43. Why is it pumping so dramatically? Polkadot parachain auctions are coming up. If you look at Kusama, leading up to its parachain auction, which is happening here very, very, very shortly. Look at this. Absolute savage. From $50 to now $450. Savage run. Kusama could be bigger than Polkadot because it has an unlimited amount of parachains rather than just 100. Polkadot is basically for institutional investors, institutions, not investors, institutions to have parachains, and Kusama is more like the startup. Hey, we're testing this out, we're doing this, whatever, what have you. And that's very exciting. Kusama has the potential to be bigger than Polkadot. But let's move forward. So more than 16 project wins the test auctions on Rococo testnet. So this is the testnet before Kusama, and let's see who won. This was just today, April 4th. Yep, just today. Easter, Plasm, Hydra. I talked about Hydra a long time ago. Bifrost, Fala. All these you probably heard of. There's a couple that you probably have not heard of, and that's Polka Foundry. I didn't hear of this until I read this article and I looked into it a little bit, and it's actually the lowest market cap token in this the win of the projects on the test auctions, right? So these are the winners of the test auction. So that might be a little foreshadowing of who wins the actual parachain auction. And you see Polka Foundry in there. I remind you, Kusama parachain auction will not be as competitive as the Polkadot parachain auction. But anyways, let's move forward to Polkadot Foundry, which is the token I just talked about, and it's actually came out 14 days ago. I looked into it because, hey, I didn't know what it was, so I went ahead and looked into it. And actually the price has been stagnant, and that's unusual in this market for sure. It went all the way down to $1.25, and now it's stagnant around $2, right? So actually I have a position in Polka Foundry. Why? Because Polkadot parachains auctions are coming up, and I think there will be a huge speculation little bubble on Polkadot parachains. And Polka Foundry, as you can see, boom, won the Rococo testnet auction, which is very, very good for Polka Foundry, as well as here. The only thing I looked into their papers. I did not like their seed A, seed B, private A. These are all the sales prior to public, right? So I hate like traditional finance baloney honey leaking into crypto and all this seed A, seed B. Like, what are we doing here? Just open list it. airdrop it to your community that has been using your project. So that's the issue with this project. It has no product yet, right? So I looked into it. I mean, their market cap right now is probably between, so at 10 cents, it was about $1 million market cap. So probably around 20 million market cap right now, right? That's what I would say it's at. I don't know the market cap, but I would probably say around 20 million. And the fully diluted is 383 million. Ooh, that's tough math. That's totally speculative. But I'm sure this news will come out here shortly of their official market cap. But anyways, let's move forward into Polka Bitcoin. I bring this up because I'm a big believer in ChainX as a Polka parachain Bitcoin bridge, right? And actually, Polka Bitcoin won the Rococo testnet auctions, right? I don't know how big of a deal this is, but I think this is kind of a relatively big deal, right? These projects won and were ready for the parachain auction, so they're all set to go. I would definitely look into these projects for sure, and just maybe speculation is coming. Speculation is coming. So we will see if that works out for me. We will see. Only time will tell. Polka Bitcoin once again is on here, but I did not purchase this because they don't have a token, I believe. I don't believe they have a token, which might be a good sign for the long-term potential of this. I don't like projects that right off the bat, initial token distribution with private sales. I don't like that. That's just distasteful in my opinion. Anyways, let's move forward into Chainlink makes Oracle Palette available to all substrates, Polkadot and Kusama chains. So Chainlink already has a parachain locked and loaded for Polkadot and Kusama because this is such a essential infrastructure piece for Polkadot and Kusama, right? Onboarding off-chain data. Chainlink is the biggest in that category. First mover advantage is huge in crypto, no doubt. And anybody saying, hey, we're the third generation blockchain, what the baloney is that? I mean, hey, marketing gimmicks are all over crypto and you just got to see through the bullshit. But Chainlink, in my opinion, is the most undervalued altcoin and has the biggest asymmetric risk to reward out there. $12 billion market cap, and I mean there's going to be inflation, but that's going to be through staking, right? That's going to be when you can stake, and Chainlink is a proof of stake network, and you can nominate your tokens with a validator, and that would be nice to see. 12 billion, I mean Polkadot sitting at what, 50 billion. I mean, this could be a potentially $500 billion market cap, not in this cycle, but definitely down the road, especially once it becomes an essential infrastructure piece in all of these blockchains, right? So instead of competing, hey, I like Ethereum. Hey, I like Binance Chain. I like Luna. I like all these different Cardano, Polkadot. Just buy Chainlink. Just buy Chainlink. You know who will win in every scenario? Chainlink, because every smart contract blockchain will use Chainlink. Now let's move forward to the other asymmetric risk to reward, I believe, is DeFi right now. DeFi is such an undervalued sector in crypto. DeFi right now is literally a once in a lifetime opportunity. You will never get this chance again. The risk to reward greater than any other asset class at the moment, in my opinion. And this is Jay from Rari Capital, the CEO, young entrepreneur, extremely smart. I mean, I really admire this guy for sure. And he's my age. He might actually be younger than me, but he's an amazing dude for sure. But anyways, I do agree with him heavily. The only thing holding true DeFi, because things on Binance Chain is not DeFi, guys. It's sci-fi. It's centralized finance, right? It's just a centralized exchange or centralized organization using blockchain as a tool for their organization, rather than an actual decentralized ecosystem like Ethereum. There is no organization that's controlling Ethereum's blockchain, right? There is no centralized organization. You could probably argue China, because there's a bunch of miners in China, but that's the same for Bitcoin and a lot of these projects. Why? Because China is heavily into blockchain. It is what it is. You can't really do much about that at this point in time. DeFi Pulse is a good way to expose yourself to DeFi safely. There's also token sets, which is kind of a automated strategy for a lot of DeFi products, right? You can look into token sets. I do have an old video on token sets if you want to set that up. And now let's talk about NFTs and Terra Virtua, because look at this video. This is how my basement's going to look. I'm going to have a nice little big ass screen with my NFTs playing, or my virtual museum, right? That's what my basement, my man cave is going to look like, with those little lights on top, those girly lights. Let's go. Dingle dingle, LED dingle dingle, man. It's going to get legit in my basement. That sound messed up, but hey, we'll go with it. All right, let's pause this video. So, all right, I like that a lot. How valuable is your Ethereum wallet? Well, how valuable will your Ethereum wallet be in the future? I mean, it's such an obvious it's such an obvious move in the future that your Ethereum wallet will be a virtual identity, and then the badges will be deployed by protocols that, hey, if you did this in the past, hey, you get this badge, and this badge will represent you did that in the past with these transactions, and this badge will give you prestige in the virtual world. And I mean, hey, if you want to build this project, go ahead. You don't even need to give me credit. Just do it. Just do it. That would be dope. I would appreciate that. You can like put a little dingle on a badge. That would be dope too. But anyways, let's move forward to what I'm seeing all over the space that's very, very unfortunate and kind of makes me sad a little bit. Let's watch.
I did with NPXS. I bought...
I don't care about
some of these projects. If you hold, as I did with NPXS, I bought about 1 million shares last year.
First of all, when you say shares instead of tokens or whatever, Chainlink tokens, that's a red flag right there.
I put $180 in and I made $11,000.
Hodl your shit coins, guys. Hodl your shit coin. I repeat, hodl your shit coins, because guess what? I actually bought NPXS in the last bull run and I held it, and guess what? I got shit on. I got absolutely dumped on, but that's okay. I learned my lesson and I refuse to let that happen this bull run. Refuse. Not doing it. It is time for Shady Crypto April Fool's jokes, because there was a lot of them. I even participated, but unfortunately I deleted it because it was really shitty. And I actually saw the same joke all over the place, so I was like, that was pretty unoriginal of me. Delete. Hey, I was wrong about Bitcoin, Peter Schiff says. At least he admits it. I mean, April Fool, since my tweet didn't specify what about Bitcoin I got wrong. It was really a prank. I don't think the bubble would get this big, or that so many otherwise smart people would be foolish enough to buy it. So I was wrong about that, but right about everything else. Well, you haven't been proven right yet. You have not been proven right. Breaking: Craig Wright, the founder, the scam artist of Bitcoin Cash. Where is it? Bitcoin SV. I believe it's Bitcoin Cash. Craig Wright just signed a transaction from the original Satoshi wallet in front of Miami court. More to follow. If you weren't around a couple years ago, there was a big, it probably is a couple years ago now, a big court battle whether Craig Wright was Satoshi and Bitcoin Cash was mooning because of the he said he had the key, the private key for the Satoshi wallet. I mean, Craig Wright's a scumbag. The future is written in Haskell. The future is written in Haskell, and if you don't understand this April Fool's joke, it basically says the future won't be written in Haskell. And what is Haskell? You're probably wondering. It's the coding language of Cardano, right? And I will tell you why the future isn't. And by the way, this is a premier dev in crypto, right? This is not a nobody. This is a dev. A lot of devs don't like Hoskinson because they know the past of him. They know he is a gimmicky guy. He's a bullshitter. They know that. So that's why, I mean, even Urine Finance, I can't think of his name right now. Urine Finance's founder went to Phantom rather than, I mean, he could build on the Cardano testnet, but only person doing that is New Balance, right, guys? But anyways, more Cardano slammage. Alchemist, which is he's the founder of Alchemist, says, "We've spent the last month re-implementing all the contracts in Haskell and have consequently achieved immortality. It's our pleasure to announce we have concluded the first step of our roadmap." Cha-ching. This is another reason why they won't. A lot of applications won't change. Why? Because it takes months to transition, right? I mean, there will be some, because there is a lot of capital on Cardano, right? They're staking right now, like I showed earlier. But there is a lot of capital to move around, maybe some yield pools, etc., etc. But we will see. Only time will tell. And one last Cardano home run. First mover advantage. This is how people in crypto think nowadays. The new people. This is how I thought at first when I got into crypto. First mover advantage. Hey, Bitcoin is crap. It's slow. Blah, 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 blah. Second mover advantage. Oh my God, this is an upgrade, right? Bitcoin Cash. Third mover advantage. Oh my God, Bitcoin SV is so much better. It's the Satoshi's vision, right? Peer-reviewed fourth generation Haskell power chain to rule them all. Now we're talking, right? So the hardest thing to achieve as a blockchain is network effects and neutrality, right? And neutrality comes with decentralization, and decentralization is necessary because guess what? That is the only innovative aspect of blockchain, right? Obviously, you can use it as a tool. I wouldn't say innovative, I would say revolutionary, right? So it's going to change the day-to-day of how we do stuff. It's going to eliminate third parties. Centralized blockchains will not eliminate corrupt third parties. So if you believe in corruption, hey, go with Binance Chain or go with Cardano is aiming to be decentralized, but we will see. And lastly, I look so gross today. April Fools, I am hot and sexy as usual. Yes, sir. Oversized Carhartt shirt. Yep, I think so. Go ahead and watch this video. It's a very good perspective piece, and honestly, it's probably one of my favorite. And just let's listen in.
I don't care about my life. I care about my family's life. That's the only reason I'm here. I come back here in an instant. I hate every day being here, but it's for my family.
Why are you getting out?
What's that?
Why are you getting out?
I just want to be normal. I want to live a normal life.
Do you think you can after this?
I'm sure I'll be all right. I've changed a lot since I joined the Marine Corps, though. Especially being over here. I'll never take anything for granted ever again.
Does it harden you?
My last command hardened me pretty much. This place it'll make you pretty hard. It'll give you some thick skin. Tired of that too. Job.
I'm tired of that too. The question I want to bring up after this video is, why do you do stuff? Why is it money? Is it really money? Is it actually money? Or do you like the innovation of blockchain? You like the revolutionary aspect of blockchain? Or are you doing it for your family to maybe be more gracious with your money? Hey, I can help you out if you're in a tough area. But why are you doing what you're doing, guys? Ask yourself that. It's more than just money, I promise you that. Rest in peace, man. Hardened by combat and softened by oxy. I like that. I mean, I don't like it, but that's a good comment.
Time.
Now, here we go. Now, the opposite, little man. Let's listen in. Ellen, the softest show ever. And we get some motivation. So we go from the hardest situation to the softest situation. But I do like this little kid. He's got a head on his shoulders for sure.
Time is short. Time is ticking. Yes, there's gonna be dream stealers along your journey who are gonna try to steal your dream. But let me tell you what you do. You stay locked in, focused. You have tunnel vision. That means you don't see nothing else around you. Of course, there's gonna be dream stealers beside you. But let me tell you, you put that hand up and say, dream stealers. It's not happening. I'm blocking you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, dream stealers. So you come across this a lot. Once you see some level of success, people come and put you down a little bit. And obviously those are the type of people you want to say bye-bye to, right? But the dream stealers, the people that weigh you down in life. And hopefully the Dingooo community can lift you up a little bit. My best career advice at every job, you should either learn or earn. Either is fine. Both is best. But if it's neither, quit. So there you go. There's your... if you're not learning and if you're not earning, what the hell are you doing there? You're just wasting time, and time is valuable. And lastly, the question of the day, what is in your mind is FU money? What in your mind is FU money? 10 million, 5 million, 1 million, 100 million, 1 billion, right? Ask yourself that and shoot for it. But anyways, that is all, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Peace out, dingoes, and dingle dingle.